Good evening, everyone. Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for March 21st, 22nd, and into the 23rd. It's been such an interesting already beginning of a moon cycle. I have heard a lot of information coming through my head about focusing in, taking the time, moving forward. I happen to be in a pause in the some of the work that I'm doing right now, including the school week. And as we started with this Aries energy that moved into Taurus, the first thing that happened was some discernment about what do we want this cycle of the moon in this brand new year to look like, new astrological year. And as Venus had come direct at 3:33 on the 20th in Pisces, it really is asking us to go with the flow, take a look at how we're experiencing things, and share what is happening in the moment. Meanwhile, Mars, that is kind of pushing against that flow, creating its own swirling, trying to figure out where to start, is working with a level of nurturing, a level of learning about what does nurturing look like as things around me seem to be twirling and I'm experiencing that. How do I tune in? So today on the 22nd, that moon in Taurus had us activate. It was a lot about what we did with our day, how we nurtured our day, how we learned about our day, how we looked at our own cycles, our own creation of things that we start and how it affects our life. Even if it sends it swirling, is it aligned with that vision that has been working in the background? And today we moved forward with spirit. We move forward with spirit really asking us to look at this differently. Pay attention, and not necessarily pay attention with action, because there's that Mercury that, or that Mars that we activated with the moon in Taurus, that pushing against what flow is, meanwhile, while sitting there working with that stability. So, how I deal with the change is really how I align and take a look at what moves me forward and what, when I'm quiet and I'm tuned in, the flow of what spirit is doing, even if I, which I'm raising my hand on this one, don't possibly understand how it's unfolding. So like I said, this new cycle with the moon is really tuning into that intuitive energy. Something has opened up, something has come through. Pay attention. And then as we look at the 23rd, Monday, that moon at 4:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time will move into Gemini. That moon of experience, that moon of the continuum, that moon of how do I communicate what is happening? How do I tune into the intuition and share it? And this is a really important thing, starting to really pay attention to, especially those people that are empathic. What is mine here, and what comes from either a societal, something else that someone told you flows, or literally the energy of someone else that I've picked up. Is this mine? Is a critical question that is coming forward in this particular cycle of moon. That moon is conjunct before it moves into Gemini, that kind of chaotic experience. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. And then as it moves into Gemini, there's a lot of activation that's happening. All of those Aries energies are being activated, are being asked to move forward, take a chance, start something, take responsibility, create the structure that allows you to take the responsibility as spirit is asking us to step forward. And that moon in Gemini wants us to experience what does that look like when I own my own energy, move out the others, and really step into that. Not an easy thing to do. It's a continually evolving piece. Then, meanwhile, we do have our energy that is working with our visionary energy. In the background, we are really taking a look at some discernment about how we've experienced things and specifically how we're transforming things on the incredible vision that we're starting to wake up and see and understand that in the midst of all of these things that are evolving, all of these things are being exposed. So as they evolve, we make active choices and take responsibility for it. This is a new cycle, the first moon cycle. So it's so important that we pay attention through each of these energies, each, especially as your own moon comes forward, each of these energies that is setting up the year, that is setting up what it is that we're attracting to ourselves this year. And it's important to understand it's in balance, and it's in balance with all of these smaller pieces that is the kind of overall theme to nurture that this year and to expand, step into the human beings we're meant to be. Pay attention this first moon cycle. I already can feel for myself the concept of time is just kind of slipping through my hand, and I'm really trying to follow what it is I need to do. I'm Kitty Foss. I will be back Tuesday, maybe in the evening. Oh, actually, I'm not working this week. That's right. This is my break week. I'm so glad in this first cycle. Um, that I'll be back on Tuesday morning, the 24th, to really take a look at as we've moved into Gemini then. So each of these we've encountered what started, how we stabilized it, how we're experiencing it, and then we will be moving into how we nurture that experience. I'll see you Tuesday. Namaste.